Good morning, afternoon, and evening. I thought I'd do another quick video. Well, this won't be a quick video, but it'll be highlighting the weekly events of the game. Now, this is week 2 in the new update, and week 2 of the new updated weekly events, where they will have one make races and the odd mission event. This week, they have added a special race for the new Ferrari 296 GTB. But the first race I want to highlight is the one at Goodwood, one of the new events, the European Sunday Cup 400. Here are the specs of the race: road cars, blah blah blah, European events, only 50 grand worth of prize money. And I will be racing this, a Peugeot 205 GTI. I wanted to do these events in relatively slower vehicles, so it gives it a bit of a challenge, because anything that isn't GT Sophie AI or the Chili Pepper events are a bit of a snooze fest, where you run around in a train and it's a bit of a cat and mouse game. Sometimes that is interesting, but other times you can't really call it a race. That is my favourite part of the track, that wee chicane. This isn't my favourite part of the track. If it zooms in over to the left, you can see me doing a bit of grass tracking. Hey, it can be a good rally car if it shows in Dirt Rally 2.0. And in this race, the Renault Megane was quite a good opponent when I was racing this 205 GTI. It took up until lap 3 to get past the car. And as you can see here, there was a bit of a drag race going on between us. Quite strange seeing two cars 30 years apart having such a close battle, but hey, that's the Gran Turismo AI for you. Goodwood in this game is one of my favourite tracks. I just wish they had the hill climb circuit to go along with the street track or this road racing circuit. In the car race, I did pass the Fiat Panda and lap him, and we headed up to the finish line going through the good chicane, and that was the win in Event 1. So Event 2 is very interesting, the World Rally Challenge Group B at the Catalonia Rallycross circuit. I wish they had a lot more Rallycross circuits in the game. It's such a good track, and unlike most normal Gran Turismo races, it is a grid start. And I was running in the Subaru Impreza World Rally car, so quite underpowered compared to these Group B monsters, so I thought I'd handicap myself a bit. They didn't really stop me in the end. As you can see, I'm going past everyone quite effortlessly in the chaotic slogfest that is the start at Catalonia Rallycross. Just a side note, going back to the whole adding rallycross circuits thing, if they did add one or two, what would you like to see in the game? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Personally, I think they would most likely want to add Lydden Hill, or maybe something like, I don't know, hell, up in Norway, so we have a different country having a track. As you can see, got past everyone, and I sort of just took off, really. Because of how tight and technical it is, the Impreza rally car, it was actually really, as you can see me fucking that corner up, it was really fun to just throw around, and you can really have just this thing on rails, but it was more like a Skeletrix track, being a bit all over the place at times. But we're heading up to my favourite part of the course, the final hairpin. And that was a good slide. But in the end, I won by about 20 or so seconds. It wasn't exactly difficult. The third race is a lightweight K-Cup car race around Tokyo Expressway, the South Clockwise circuit. It doesn't have any of the new update K cars, so it must be one of the older events. I can't quite remember. I was driving a Suzuki Cappuccino that I'd sort of done up to be similar to a racing modification in Gran Turismo 1 and 2. I've done quite a few of these, so if you want me to highlight these racing modifications that I've made, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll start doing videos highlighting them, similar to my LM race car video I did on the Charger Hellcat. You can see that video on, yep, that's me jumping over the chicane that was there. That was the curb's about as big as the car itself. But anyway, if you want to see the video on the Charger Hellcat, that's up in the top right corner. And this car was, yeah, it was quite slow down the straights, obviously, because you have to be under 400 pp for this race. But I did have, I'm going to leave this quite unedited. This was a good scrap I had with this last AI car. This is on the final lap, on the final stretch of the race. I got past him, it was Igor Fraga, by the way, and he used the slipstream and probably a wee bit more power, because I had 90 horsepower in this car, used the wee bit of slipstream and horsepower to get alongside me, and he would eventually at the end of the straight catch up to me, as you'll see. Sometimes you can get good racing with the AI, it just has to be in specific events, like this lightweight K-Car Cup. For whatever reason, the AI is on par with you if you've got a 400 pp car. And as we can see, he did get past me, which was a bit of a downside because I only had the last chicane and one corner after that remaining. So I tried to go down the inside, he would outbrake himself and I would have the switchback on him. And that would be it, really. It was coming up to the end, and it would see me taking the third race win. I already won this race, I didn't need to win it, I just needed to come third to get the bonus, but I won it anyway. It was actually a good race. This is the special event of the week, highlighting not only a new vehicle, as they usually do, but also a new track, the Ferrari 296 GTB. Now this was the first time I'd driven this car in this game, and all I'd done to it was slapped some sports soft tyres on it. And what's it like? Well, I'm going to do a mini review on it. It's not too bad. Honestly, doesn't really feel or sound Ferrari-like. Yes, it has a V6 hybrid engine, which probably doesn't help the not Ferrari sounding Ferrari, but it drives quite erratically. It's more like a Lamborghini in that case, where it can be very taily. It's not as, doesn't feel as elegant as a Ferrari should be. I don't know if that's controversial to say, but that's my reaction. Anyway, it was quite an easy race, so much so I did this, just did a bit of showboating skills, highlighting at the fact that yes, it does have 800 horsepower, which was quite nice, so I was able to do that rather easily. And after a while, I just fucked around a bit and did a bit of sliding. The Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, the only time I've raced this track is in the Formula 1 games, and it was, I don't know if it was because the AI was terrible on the track or what, but it was one of my better tracks to perform on here. And as I come to the end of the race, do a bit of a cheeky slide and head to the finish line. All above else, it was quite a good event. Above all, quite easy though, unfortunately. And the final event, the Super Formula race, around the same track, about 15 laps. Tyre strategy in play because, well, you've got your racing hards, mediums and softs in Super Formula. I didn't have racing hards for this event, I just had racing mediums, so I did have to do a pit stop. Here's me. This is not my livery, by the way. This is the Liam Lawson livery that a person has made. And how was this car to drive around the track? Well, it's certainly different to Formula 1 cars, that's for sure, and it's certainly different to the Ferrari 296 GTB. The overtaking did help me on the straights because the AI, I was going to say the AI aren't very good in this car, but it turns out so aren't I, as I caused this mini traffic jam. Now, I did have to make a pit stop on lap 7, and like I said, had no hard tyres, so I went from mediums to mediums, and they were quite worn out at this point, so I had to do a bit of tyre conservation. Not fuel conservation, as you can see, because I just filled it up fully, and I had confidence that I was going to beat the AI. I am not going to let you sit through all this because it's fucking painful, but it is cool that the game is adding new countries. Yes, they had Lake Louise in the game already, but this is the second Canadian circuit, and I mean, like I said, slow AI, I can fuck around a bit. I was running this without traction control, so that's going to be my explanation and also excuse why I was quite erratic with my driving. Plus, like I said, slow GT7 AI, I had the time to fuck around a bit, so much so that I was going to lap that car in front of me, and I finished it off with a bit of style. So here's what you get for your adventures: 100k for one win, 200k's for 3 wins, and a 6-star car roulette ticket, which I will take quite handsomely. I was hoping for something I didn't have, and there were quite good choices on the wheel here, but I would end up getting the Bugatti Veyron, a car that I already had, but in an interesting colour. I think it said it was a bronze, say as I go here, a bronze metallic with a brown metallic colour. Quite interesting. I think this is an invitation car, but like you can see, level 70, about 500,000 collector's points, so I already had the car because I had the invitation. So that's just a quick video of the weekly challenges. I will try and do this video as much as I can, and if you like it, see you in the next one.